Hello, it's me yet again, and yet again the train. Um, so this is kind of changing. I'm going to do a video on OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Um, and I'm doing this in the hopes of educating and getting more correct information out there, just like I did with the selective eating disorder. When I did the first selective eating disorder video, I mentioned that the researchers that are researching selective eating disorder were thinking that some of their findings were linking selective eating disorder with obsessive compulsive disorder, that there was some kind of link. And some people who have been communicating with me, either inbox or in the comments, some have said, yeah, I think I might have a couple obsessive compulsive disorder traits, and some people are like, I don't think so. And I myself, I kind of thought maybe I might have, maybe a couple things that are maybe obsessive compulsive, but I just want to put some of the correct information out there. Here we go. This is what OCD really is, not what we assume it is, okay? Here we go. Okay, obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, is an anxiety disorder. Okay, does that make sense? It's characterized by uncontrollable, unwanted thoughts and repetitive, ritualized behavior you believe compelled to perform. So the person, if you have OCD, you probably recognize that you have obsessive thoughts or compulsive behavior that's irrational. Okay, so that's kind of what it is. So it's uncontrollable, and that rang true once I really thought about it. But obsessions are involuntary. It's not something that you're like purposely trying to do. Compulsions are behaviors or rituals. So most people who have OCD fall into one of 5 categories. And the public, including myself, usually only really know about 2. One is the most popular, washers, they're called. Those are the people who are afraid of contamination. Those are the people who are cleaners and hand washers. Howie Mandel, if you know who he is. People who need to clean and are scared of germs and don't want to touch things. So most people think, oh, that's OCD, and maybe you fall in that category and you're like, yes, that rings true for me. Or maybe you don't fall in that category, so I don't have OCD. Me, I have a little bit of a germ issue. I think a lot of things are extremely gross. I get grossed out extremely easy. Am I over the top? Maybe not. But I definitely am a little bit over the line. So I will go there. I get grossed out extremely easy. It does not take a lot. Then there's checkers. This is the next group. They repeatedly check things. Is the oven off? Are doors locked? And then they associate this with harm or danger. So they're the people who are constantly going around. It's the iron off, and they're constantly checking. So that's another group that most people don't even know about. Then there's the doubters and sinners, and they're afraid that if something isn't perfect or done just right, something terrible will happen or they'll be punished. So that's another group nobody even talks about, for the most part. Then there's the counters and arrangers. Bing, 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 bing. They're obsessed with order and symmetry. They may have superstitions about certain numbers, colors, or arrangements. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh my God, that is me. I have to have things in a certain order. And it only makes sense to me. I have gone over people's houses. I have rearranged their CD collection, their movies, and I like things lined up, like edge to edge. I go into a grocery store, I see something out of place, I will start restocking shelves. I have been in places for hours rearranging, and bookstores are the worst. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bing, bing, bing for me. Then there's the hoarders. Now, if you live in the States, there are plenty of new shows now called, hoarders and, extreme hoarding. I mean, it's like a gang of shows now. That is a OCD thing, and they fear that something bad will happen if they throw something away. They compulsively hoard things that they do not need or use. So those are the 5 main categories. So I just wanted to get that correct information out there, that you might not be in the classic, I'm saying classic, in the one washers, that's the one that most people know. So maybe you're like me and you are a counter. You need symmetry. Or maybe you're a hoarder. Or maybe you fall into the center category. So I'm basically just trying to get the information out that, just because you're not a washer per se doesn't mean that you don't have OCD. And I'm saying this because so many people, and I know you don't know, but it's just like so many people email me and they're like, I don't have OCD, and then they're like, but I have these other things, and I'm like, well, that sounds a whole lot like OCD. Obviously, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist, but if I was a betting person, you know what I mean? So okay, so that's why I wanted to get this video out and just have the correct information out there. As always, feel free to have a dialogue with me if you feel like you need to discuss more. And just especially for, just as an observation, for the washers and the counters, and counters need symmetry. So the people who are concerned with germs, I'm thinking maybe subconsciously maybe they have selective eating disorder because they feel like these 5 things or whatever, 12 things or whatever, they feel like they can control those things and keep those things safe and sanitized or free from contamination. Me, as a counter, maybe subconsciously, I feel like I can, by having 12 items, and I'm using this number very arbitrarily here, I can keep a lot of order in my life by having 12 things. Thoughts, comments. Try not to stay away for so long. I will see you guys later. Bye.